Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel at Sir Steve Educational Community. This is where undiluted and corrosive class for physics is conducted. So we'll be looking at a topic tonight which is projectile. Remember, this topic is one of the topic that you cannot do without in any external exam. So let's go straight to what is projectile. A projectile is an object thrown or launched into the air and allowed to move under the influence of gravity only. So any object that you can easily thrown into the air and allowed to move freely by itself is known as projectile. So what is projectile motion? A projectile motion is a motion of an object thrown or launched into the air and allowed to move under the influence of gravity. So you can see this definition, they are somehow related. One is just a projectile. It means projectile is an object, while one is a projectile motion, which is the motion of that same object. I'm sure you are getting that now. So if any definition come under this, I believe you should be able to bring it down and write it correctly in any external examination. So feel free to pause the video so that you can easily write something. Remember, if you write it down, it will not be easily forgotten. I hope you get that. So let's quickly move straight to examples of projectile. Number one, a stone thrown vertically upward. I believe every one of you know a stone. So when you throw a stone vertically upward, the stone is no longer called a stone. It is now regarded as projectile. The second one, number two, a ball rebounding from a wall. A ball rebounding from a wall. Number three, a bomb dropped from a moving aircraft. An athlete doing high jump. A stone released from a catapult. A bullet fired from a gun. That's number six. Now, the reason why we regard all this one as a projectile is because once the bullet is fired from the gun, then it is moving inside the air by itself under the influence of gravity. Do you get that? So all these examples are projectile because once they are being launched or fired into the air, they move freely by themselves. So they are easily regarded as what? As projectile. I hope we get that. So you are free to pause the video, make sure you write something. Up next is the diagram of parts of projectile motion. The part of projectile motion is also known as trajectory. Trajectory. That is Trajectory. I spell again. Trajectory. Trajectory. So make sure you memorize this, draw it over and over again so that you can easily get it. I hope you understand that. So in your exam, you can be asked to draw the diagram of the part of projectile motion. So, and I believe once you can easily draw it over and over again, it will be easier for you to memorize it and get it once. All right, up next is the terms used in describing projectile motion. Number one is time of flight. And to represent this, we use capital letter T. Number two is maximum height, representing using capital letter H. We have range. We have capital letter R to represent that. And the number four is trajectory. I think I've explained what trajectory is. So let's quickly take each and every one of these terms one by one as we explain them. Feel free to pause the video and write. Make sure you write. Now, let's look at the definition of time of flight. The time of flight, T, of a projectile is the total time taken for a projectile to return to the point where it was projected. Remember, when you throw an object or launch an object into the air, it moves from where it was projected and land somewhere. The time it used to move and form that shape of parabola and get back to the normal projectile plane is known as time of flight. Please memorize that definition. It is very, very easy to memorize. Just the total time for a projectile to return to the point where it was projected. And the followings are the formula. We have small letter t is equals to u sine theta over g. And this formula is the formula for time to get to the maximum height. Please take note of this formula very, very well. The original formula for the time of flight is 2u sine theta over g. 2u sine theta over g. Don't forget, time to get to the maximum height is u sine theta over g. While time, total time of flight is 2u sine theta over g. Do you get that? All right, up next is maximum height h. The definition is this is the highest vertical distance attained as measured from the horizontal projection plane. Take note of this formula. The formula is h is equals to u square sine square theta over 2g. U square sine square theta over 2g, where your u represents initial velocity, theta represents angle of projection, while g represents acceleration due to gravity. I hope you get that. Please take note of all these things. They are very easy to remember. U stand as what? Initial velocity, theta for angle of projection, while g stand as acceleration due to gravity. Do you get that? So please feel free, make sure you write something. If you think I am very fast or I'm too fast, please pause the video and write. The next part is range. The range is the horizontal distance from the point of projection to the point where the projectile lands. And the formula for range is R is equals U squared sine 2 theta over G, where theta is the angle of projection, U stand as initial velocity, and G is acceleration due to gravity. There is another one that I wish you need to understand. This one is known as maximum range. Most times question comes under this part. The only thing you need to know is for a projectile to attain maximum range, it must be at the angle of 45 degrees. Mark that. And it has a formula of R max is equals to U square over G. Do you get that? I remember you still, do you still remember trajectory? I said trajectory is the path which projectile travels through, or this is the parabolic part of the projectile. So I don't need much explanation on that. I've drawn a trajectory from the beginning of the class, and that is the path through which projectile motion journey through. I hope you remember that. You remember that? Okay. So feel free, enjoy these past questions.
trendybeats.com.
My baby, my Valentine. Can I hit the Mickey with temperature? If you leave me a good time, voice. Look, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never need a back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. Yeah, my love, one thing. Me make a bad man feel. Body na follow come, that be silicone. I got the finish work. Lose my mind. Without you, I could be fall and die. Without you, I could give up my life. Without you, without you, never need a back and it's real.